that's a proposition, I'll vote yes on it. You sound good tonight. We got a good show. Aren't you glad the campaign is... Well, it's not quite over. After 6 months of campaigning, a decision was finally made last night, and we're stuck with the same 3 candidates for another 6 months. Did you watch? I cannot figure out the networks. You noticed last night? With 1% of the votes, they can project the winner, right? Now that all the votes are in, they don't know who the hell won. Did you vote, of course, last night? Out here in California, I don't know if this is true around the rest of the country, many of the polling places, did you know, are in private homes? Yeah, I kept going to the wrong house to vote. And I knocked on a door. A woman answered, and I said I'd come to exercise my right as a citizen. And she said, you're not much of a sweet talker, but let's get it on. They had some problems last night. People tuned on their TVs last night, saw Dwight Eisenhower, ran out and tried to vote for him. Because they were doing a lot about... Today, as you well know, I'm sure, is D-Day. Does that seem like it was 40 years ago today? On the beaches of Normandy? You were in the Marines, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
I've talked about Ed's career in the Marines, and I know you don't want to talk about this, but Ed suffered a slight injury during the war, and not many people know about it, but Ed was a war hero. He received the Purple Heart by throwing himself over a case of Spam. And saved his entire platoon. It was good enough. For some reason, in California, they had the lowest voter turnout I guess they've had in years. But you must understand, Californians aren't particularly politically oriented. They would have voted. But last night, the windsurfing finals from Maui were on TV, so they didn't turn out. I went to a voter apathy rally the other night. Nobody showed up. I think the problem was, the reason nobody turned out, the biggest issue on the ballot was whether or not to re-elect the judge on People's Court. Now, I don't know that judge personally. You know the show I'm talking about?
Yeah, sure.
He's a nice man. I guess he's a nice judge, but he's not exactly Oliver Wendell Holmes. He made another one of his landmark decisions last night. He said, I'm sorry, Mr. Ted Loeb, but your dog barfed on Mr. Johnson's rug. You'll have to pay the cleaning bill. Those are the kind of cases he gets. But the judge, I understand, is a respected jurist. He wrote a definitive book on law titled From Frankfurter to Burger. Subtitle is Why So Many of Our Judges Are Named After Luncheon Meat. I think so. Only in California did we have some weird propositions on the ballot. Did you vote for or against 12G?
I'd rather not say.
12G, well, I can see why. 12G passed. It passed. It is now legal for massage parlors on Hollywood Boulevard to give massages. And Proposition 99 passed out here. It would ban salad bars and funeral parlors. Well, let's see what else is happening. I guess the president is still overseas. They had a little controversy in London. Did you read about it in the paper? In Britain, you know, the bobbies are not allowed to carry firearms. And when Reagan was in England, they would not allow the Secret Service men to carry guns. And instead of carrying guns, the Secret Service had a book that they carried with them called 2,000 Insults for All Occasions. Should have sent that joke with them. Well, what else is happening? Things do not look particularly good in the Persian Gulf, do they? Kind of heating up. Iran's Ayatollah, fun-loving guy that he is threatening to wipe out about everybody in the Middle East. Now, the Ayatollah, as you know, doesn't drink alcohol, smoke, or believe in sex. And I guess you'd be angry, too. Do you know how many threats there have been on his life? Yeah. I wonder if he gets up in the morning and some guy starts his beard. They used to do that. What?
What was that again?
I don't want to hear it again. That's what you call an experimental joke. Like they have experimental airplanes and somebody has to try it. I'm kind of the test pilot for that joke. And, but... No. What?
Freddie would like to hear it one more time.
With all the words and...
Sure.
Well, you see, the idea was that very often when you have somebody who, say is a gangster,
Yeah.
they always say that somebody should go out and start his car in the morning, you see.
In this case...
So in this case, I says, I wonder if he has a man in the morning start his beard.
Oh, we heard it.
Okay. Now, I understand I have to diagram them later on. We have a good show tonight. We have Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd with us tonight. We have young comedian who's got a most unusual act, Bruce Mahler, is with us tonight. And a very lovely lady who co-starred with Robin Williams in Moscow on the Hudson, Maria Conchita Alonso, is with us. So stay where you are and we'll be